So, Paul Duddridge, Joe Biden speaks the debt ceiling. Really? What is that all about?
Well, it's just how much of the credit card can we continue to max out, because we're all very, very keen to keep protecting Ukraine's borders as opposed to our own. And they've, in true political fashion, these hotheads have come to a decision to kick the can down the road for 2 years. So they're going to accept maxing out the credit card even more, and we'll look again in 2 years' time, and who knows who'll be president.
Well, who knows? It probably could be Trump, but probably not Ron DeSantis after his launch. Talk to us about that disaster on Twitter.
Yeah, well, we talked last week. I said, we said he was going to launch on Wednesday, and he did. And he launched on Twitter, and he had Elon Musk interviewing him. And the whole thing was a complete catastrophe. I think people are making too much of it. It's going to be forgotten very, very quickly. It was just hilarious for a second. One of the lovely little nuggets out of this was it's the very first time I've seen Biden successfully troll anybody. This is how bad the Twitter launch was. So Twitter was going really bad. And in the midst of it all, Biden's team just put this little tweet out saying, "This link works," and it just went to Biden's campaign donations. So when you can be trolled...
What was it that went wrong, though? Some people don't know what happened. What was it that went wrong with his thing on Twitter?
Well, I'm no big tech guru, but my understanding was it was a mashup of the amount of followers that Elon Musk already has. So some sort of, let's say, server thing that Elon Musk has because he has such a large number of followers, mixed with the server required to handle that many listeners. I think it was like 500,000 listeners at one point. Those two things didn't mesh very well. People did get in and listen, but they were having to come in through accounts which had fewer followers. So apparently it was... It basically... I wish I just said crashed.
You should have said crashed. That's what we're waiting for. The word is crashed. Well,
but that's why, apparently.
So what happened to Trump then? What's he up to? Because I feel like he's been quite quiet. Has he?
He has been quite quiet. Well, this week he met with Boris Johnson on Thursday. We only found out this on Friday. We don't know where they met or officially what they discussed. But the word is that Boris Johnson met with Trump in the hope of converting him to being more of an enthusiast for the Ukraine, for the war in Ukraine and supporting Ukraine, because he's viewed as very much... I think he's actually just viewed as a peacemaker. But there are people that will try and present him as some kind of Putin supporter. But apparently that's the official line from Johnson's camp, is that he was trying to maybe make a case for supporting Ukraine more fully in the coming campaign. And so that was, and this week, of course, we now have a date for Trump's criminal trial in March 25th. Next year. No suggestion of election interference at all from the establishment. It's crucial that the Stormy Daniels trial goes ahead in March 25th, slap bang in the middle of a presidential campaign. But please, anybody that says that's election interference by the establishment, please, they need to have their mouth washed out with soap.
Honestly, as if they think we can't see that. Paul Duddridge, thank you very much. Good to talk to you. He's the host of the Politics People podcast, as ever. Great as ever. We'll be hopefully catching up with him next week. Thank you, Paul.